Good morning, learners. Today, I will be your instructor. Our topic, the communication process, its components, and the barriers to it. Now, first, we have to know vital elements of communication, mainly speaking and listening. Now, in knowing this, we realize that in communication, we play both roles as the speaker and the listener. Now, to expound on this, we go to later instructions from other instructors. Now, to proceed, there are 8 stages to communication as stated by Eugene White. The first stage, thinking, is when we formulate an idea that comes to our head. Now, the next stage is symbolizing. Symbolizing occurs when the sentences that we formulate are arranged in an ordinate fashion. Now, after the symbolizing, we proceed to expressing. Because we have symbolized, we have thought of what we want to say, we want to express it. Now, in accordance with this, expressing, we go to the next stage, transmitting. Transmitting, or mainly talking, or the show of gestures. The next to this would be receiving. Well, it's kind of obvious that receiving would be next to transmitting. Receiving will be done by the part of, the listener. The listener will receive the message that you have conveyed or expressed. Now, after he has received this message, he then decodes it. Decoding it, he tries to understand what the message is about and what it wants to tell him. Now, after this, the next stage, the listener then reacts to the message. Now, with his reaction, maybe a nod, a smile, even an angry face, After this, after reacting, we go to the next stage, which in turn returns to the speaker, on how the speaker monitors the feedback of the listener, meaning how he reacts to what you have said. Now, these are important key factors. Remember, feedback and start. And to further understand the communication process, we go to Roman Jacobson's model communication. Now, in his model, he expands on the idea of the context or situation where it can be a teacher and a student talking, which would be completely different to a student and a student talking, where formality comes in play, and humor, choice of word, and many other aspects. Now, in light of this, we show the Roman Jacobson model.
The speaker. The source refers to the speaker or addressor. As a speaker, you are expected to have enough knowledge on the topic or subject you're talking about. In this way, you can gain respect and authority from the audience. Your nonverbal signals such as eye contact, hand signals, and facial expressions will also help in making your audience feel that you are good. Next to mastery is clarity of purpose. Without this, your audience will get confused. Although you have mastered your topic, you must be able to expound on it and explain it clearly to them. This is the key to becoming the speaker that people would want to listen to over and over again. As Lily Walters, an excellent communicator and author says, passion with a purpose. In addition, your attitude towards yourself, your audience, and subject matter can have an effect on your overall projection as a speaker. If you speak with confidence and conviction, your listeners will listen well, as these two are infectious. But you need not to be wary of appearing self-centered or arrogant. A know-it-all attitude can turn off your listeners. How can you improve your credibility as a speaker? First, make references to yourself and your experiences. Second, Cite authorities to show that you have researched extensively on your topic. Third, carefully organize your speech and edit it well to avoid grammatical errors. And fourth, project sincerity through your vocal and facial expressions.
Message is what you communicate verbally or non-verbally. It refers to the thoughts, ideas, or information you convey to others. When you use your voice and words, the message is verbal. And these are rate, pitch, volume, and quality, and also the articulation and pronunciation. The absence of these elements makes the message non-verbal. A verbal message consists of three variables. These are style, content, and structure. Content is everything you say about something. It can be referential or relational. All that is relevant to your topic is referential, while all the suggestion of any relationship to your listener is the relational. Structure refers to the pattern of organization that you must follow. It is important to guide your listener to the number of points that you would like to discuss. Examples of signals you may use are: first, I will discuss; second, I will explain; the major points are, and the minor ones are. You may also provide an outline or present an outline of your talk. The third one that will complete the variables of a verbal message is the style. The style is how you express your ideas. You must carefully select and arrange your words that will add more impact to your message and to your listeners as well. Styles can be formal, informal, poetic, ironic, literal, and philosophical. The style will determine the impression that you want to leave to your listeners. Do not imitate the style of other speakers. Develop your own according to your personality, your content, audience, and occasion. There are certain topics that we must avoid unless we are tasked to talk about them, and these topics are about sex, politics, and religion. Because we might become so engrossed with our beliefs that we forget that our listeners have beliefs too that may cause disagreement with ours. Hence, what we say might become offensive to our audience, and the possibility of continuing an active interaction with them might be jeopardized.
The medium is the language you use. Language is a set of sounds and symbols grouped into words. Words can have no meaning until they are used in appropriate contexts. Communicators use the same language. Meanings may vary because words have denotative and connotative meanings. Communicators may choose only the words to say so not to offend others. It also refers to the means through which the message is conveyed, like television, cell phones, and other electronic devices. Of the message are the listeners or the addressees. The listeners should have a purpose for listening just like the speakers. They must have certain attitudes for themselves, the speakers, and the ideas presented.
The situation. Situation or the context refers to the time and place to which communication occurs. Your message, your language, your demeanor, and even your attire will depend on the situation. Feedbacks. Reactions are known as feedbacks, and they are directed to the speaker. Through feedbacks, the speakers are able to adjust to their listeners. Feedback could be a verbal conversation, or could just be a facial expression, like a nod, a frown, or a smile.